and welcome to Training Tuesday, where we go through weekly tips and tricks to make your career just a little bit more awesome. Now, this week's Training Tuesday goes out to all of you who feel like you're not getting momentum the way you want it in pretty much anything. So whether you have been sending in endless job applications feeling like you're getting so many no thank yous, or you have been trying to pull in clients for your own business and it just feels like there's a lot of non-interest, or whether you have been having endless conversations with your manager about getting support on your team and it keeps not happening, this is for you. And the reason that we are talking to each of you this week is because we're talking about something that I hear a lot that is a huge problem when it comes to momentum, and it is this thing of when people's confidence starts to get hurt by any sort of repetitive process that they're not getting traction on, and as a result, they stop doing the things to make themselves feel better. So what I mean by this is so often I hear people say, well, I haven't earned this yet, right? So I want to go on the hike with my friends, but I need to send in 20 more applications this weekend, opposed to just taking a couple hours so that they can come back and feel reinvigorated and go full force. Same thing can be said with any sort of self-care in any of those situations, right? When you start to feel bad about yourself and get down on yourself, people sometimes get stuck in this vortex where their confidence is hurt and they stop doing the things that actually can bring that vortex the other way and start making them feel better. What I mean by that is, again, the washing your face, going to the gym, doing the kind of things that always make you feel a little bit better because you feel like you haven't earned it yet, right? And again, huge issue. The reason this is such a huge issue is because that impact shows up in that thing that you're trying to accomplish. And so you want so badly to get the job, to get the new client, to actually get that support you need on your team, whatever it might be, but it can be hindered because you want it so badly and you're trying so hard to create that for yourself that sometimes it's kind of like pushing a square peg in a round hole. Doesn't feel so good, and it's because everyone else can kind of feed off of how you're feeling about this thing. So what I mean by this, perfect example, if you were to go on a first date and you show up and all you can think to yourself is like, this hasn't been working, it's been a bunch of bozos, I'm really not interested in this, and I know that this isn't gonna be a fit, you're probably right. Because you're going in with that assumption and you're gonna act a certain way and the other person is gonna act that way in turn. So again, perception is projection. People will often respond to how they're being acted to. And so if you go in and you're just like, yeah, okay, show me what you got. I don't know, I'm not sure about this. People are going to know. Same thing can be said in the hiring process and pretty much any of those other things that I mentioned too. I say this as someone who has been sold to, someone who has sold, someone who has been a hiring manager, all of the above things, I get it. I know that personally, I used to always run into these situations where people would come in and you could tell that they felt like nothing else was gaining traction for them. And so they wanted so badly for this job to work that it kind of is a little off-putting because they don't ask questions making sure the job's a fit for them. They're just like, if you say you want me to be a duck, I'll be a duck, whatever you say, right? And so again, I say this simply so you understand that you have to take care of yourself through this process, whether things are going well or whether things aren't going well, because the way you treat yourself is going to ultimately impact how you show up and how other people perceive you. So if you want to go from feeling bad about these things and trying to force it and feeling like it's sabotaging your momentum to a situation where you can go in confident, go in feeling like regardless of what happens, you know that you are totally worth whatever that thing is. I see you, I feel you. There are totally ways to do that. A lot of it is focusing on that mindset, self-worth piece, which obviously I could talk all day about. It's a huge part of Career Clarity Camp and everything I do. But what we want you to start with this week, and your little tangible tip I want you to take away if you're feeling like you're not getting momentum in the places you want, is to start to do some of the things that make you feel better, right? So make sure you don't always feel like you have to have earned that thing. Sometimes it's okay to leave and go to the gym and send in applications later. We always want fewer, better done things with momentum on your side so that you're going in as your best, opposed to going in being like, okay, I'm about to burst and I really need this to work. So start adding in a couple more things into your calendar. Start making more time for yourself to do the things that make you feel better, even when you don't feel that good to start with. Try that tip on for size. I am here for you and so in your corner if you need help with any of this. And in the meantime, happy working.